Hello, 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 everybody. As Laura and I are both shuffling up a storm. Happy Monday, September 16th, Laura. Where is this time going?
This whole year is flying by.
Flying.
Yeah.
I know about myself. I know that, I am a lot older than you are at your young age of 30. I know,
I wish I'm only a couple of years behind you.
but I think as we get older, it goes faster.
Oh, it does.
I think. I think it's crazy. It's crazy.
Sure.
Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. Say hello. Let us know where you're from. How about that? Let us know where you're from. My name is Elias Patras. I am an intuitive motivator, psychic medium, and I am on the West Coast, Pacific West, Northwest Coast, to be exact.
Hi, everybody. I'm Laura Worcester. I'm on the East Coast. I'm an intuitive medium, and we try to be here every Monday to connect with you all. And thank you all for showing up. I know there's people who show up every week. Thank you so much for being here. For anybody who's new to the broadcast today, thank you and welcome, and thank you for being here. And I hope you stick around and show up every week because we love to connect with you all. What's that?
Tell your friends.
Yeah, tell your friends. Bring them along.
Yeah. Carson, good morning. Thanks. No intro today. No intro today for you or for us? No, well, we did. We just delayed intro. Rosalie, good to see you. Thank you for being here. It's definitely flying by. I know, and you're in Minnesota. Or let me say Minnesota.
Beat me to it.
Joy, good morning. Good morning. Thanks for being here. From the Midwest, Rose from the Midwest. Carson, right next door in the city, right over and across the woods and through Grandma's house. You have to go through Grandma's house. If you don't, grab a cookie and just go there. Small town north of the river. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I know we're gonna do it. I know that's what I know what you're talking about. And Jean, good morning. And I live in the Chicago area where they have fabulous Chicago pizza and oven grinder. I know. Laura, do you like pizza?
I do. I should not eat it, but I do love pizza. It just doesn't like me.
If you are ever in Chicago, there's a place called right by the Lincoln Park Zoo, so near downtown. It's called Chicago Pizza Oven Grinders. What they do is they take a bowl, they put the sauce inside, the meat or no meat, whatever. The sauce is inside and the cheese. And then they wrap it on top with dough. They bake it and they bring it out to you and they flip it over. So it's like a pizza pot pie. You can get a half a pound or a whole pound. I've never been able to eat even the whole half a pound. It is delicious.
That sounds fantastic.
And Dolores says, good afternoon, soon to be Massachusetts.
Woohoo! Yay! I have to get you a Patriot shirt and a Red Sox shirt. And
you'll be all set. I know, so good, so good. Guys, welcome to something that we like to call good. It is Mystical Monday Musings, and what we do is we give you a message for the week, and then if anybody has a question that they like to ask, we will do that. Please be a little bit more specific, and specifically asking all of you to follow us on YouTube. We both have YouTube channels. Please follow us, like and subscribe, and that makes us happy. Hello. From Washington, D.C., Michael. Michael, am I pronouncing that right?
Yep, yeah. Michael. That's correct.
I love the two of you too. I love
we love you too, Michael. We do. Absolutely. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thanks for being here. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So let's get to it. What card deck before Laura, anything and everyone else. So my husband, John, loves Peanuts, the character, not the food, but I'm sure he likes Peanuts too. He loves the cartoon, the Peanuts. And there was this deck that I just had to get. Look at this.
Oh my goodness, that is awesome. Woodstock.
And this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's the 8 of Wands. and
Wow.
the Empress.
Oh,
And
fantastic.
these cards are just hysterical with the here's ah, look at this with the tower.
Oh, oh no. Oh, oh my goodness. This is the most disturbing tower card I've ever seen. Oh
And
my
then
God.
judgment.
Oh, no.
And I don't know what these are, but I have to look at them. But
Oh my goodness.
it gives you a little
That's awesome.
number. So anyway, they're really cute. They're super cute. So I just wanted to share that. That's not the ones that I'm going to be using, guys. What deck are you using today?
Today, I am using the Tarot Illuminati.
Ooh, the
Ooh.
Tarot Illuminati.
It contains, in essence, within it, the light of illumination, realization, and truth. Ooh,
That's pretty.
illumination. Isn't it pretty? And I love it because it has, first of all, so it's the back of the card. Isn't that pretty?
Oh,
So
that's
glass.
gorgeous.
It's like
Yeah.
looking at the ceiling of a cathedral or a
Yeah.
church. And then I love, of course, the gold edging,
The gold
which
edge is pretty. Yeah.
tell from there. Isn't that gorgeous? But anyways, so it's the first time I think I pulled from this deck because I just unpacked it from after moving.
What other goodies are you going to find in those boxes, Laura?
Lots of goodies. Okay. So today's card is the strength card.
Nice.
Like anybody familiar with the traditional tarot, you'll recognize the imagery here. And this, a short, quick version of this card is you're stronger than you think. So also it's a reminder too that you don't have to be um you don't have to force things in life. Like gentleness and kindness and compassion is just as strong as a forceful energy. So it's a reminder that you can attract more. Was it what's you can attract more bees with honey or something like? I think that's the saying, right? Anyways, so it's also a reminder too that there's always gonna be people in life you're not going to agree with, and you're going to be polar opposites. But to know that just to embrace that difference in life and go forward with what you know to be true with kindness and compassion for yourself. So that's just the short version of that.
I like that one. I like that one. Carson said, love how they did the infinity symbol on that deck.
Yes,
Really
exactly. Isn't that
cool.
gorgeous? Look at the fire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really beautiful. Beautiful. Hello, Jill, and hello, Sharon. Oh, you can attract more bees with sugar than
Thank
vinegar.
you for the
I was dealing
thank
with
you for the
more
correction.
flies and honey than manure. I didn't know where this I was like, I forgot what the saying was. I'm like, well, you probably know, Laura. It's good. I am using the it's always a good day when you can make Laura laugh, guys. What it is. I'm going to be using the Denise Lynn Time Travelers Oracle deck again, just because it's the first deck that I just grabbed. No reason why. I do love her deck of cards. Don't get me wrong, and I like Laura that you like to look on the inside too,
Yeah.
and that
Travel through time to awaken your inner oracle.
I
Yes.
love it. I think it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Stability. Look at this. This is a
Mm,
huge tree, and notice how the tree has a safety within. So think about how stable a tree is,
mm,
how it's able to be, in my mind's eye, be able to be flexible because when the wind blows, it's stable, but it still moves a little bit. And how are you grounded and how are you connected? Stability is also about being grounded in the earth and connected to the heavens. So you are fully receiving what you need to get by also being grounded. So
mm.
stability is really important. So there you have it. There you have it. All right. Do we have any questions for us? Any questions that you have that you've been thinking about? We're coming up to a full moon tomorrow, and we will be also coming into the fall equinox coming up on the 21st, 22nd, 21st, I think.
21st, I believe. Yeah.
Yes. I think it's flies, but ew. Okay, thank you.
Who
I'm
would
gonna,
have thought that would come up in our conversation today?
of course. Um, who has a question that you want to ask us? Full moon partial full moon partial eclipse in Pisces. Yes, yes, yes. Charge those crystals with the super moon. Yes, very true. Very good. Good advice, everybody. All right. And speaking of advice, let's go ahead and I haven't done this in a while, so let's see. I'm going to Ginger Parrot, Healing Heart Medium. Hello, good to see you.
Hi,
Thanks for
Ginger.
being here. Okay. And of course, my friend Cami always calls when I'm on live. It's so funny.
I have a
Um,
friend that does that too. Anytime I'm on, he's always calling. I'm like, I'm busy at the moment.
Currently. All right. Welcome all. Yes, yes, yes. Please be specific as possible how questions are better than the if or yes or no. I'm just going to pick somebody. If you don't have a question, oh,
Ooh.
will my heart be okay? Well, what they say, healing heart medium, Ginger Peric, is your heart will go on and on, near, far, wherever you
Wherever
are.
you are.
Uh,
We just crack ourselves up.
so, let me tell you, being an only child, I had this all day by myself. I'm like, oh, that's funny. Um, it's like, oh, wow. Okay. Yes, of course your heart will be. You are a strong woman. You are a very strong woman. But if
I'm
you'd like
just
to
curious
talk,
if the heart is like the emotional heart or the physical heart. Is that what we're talking about here?
yes, that would be
Ooh.
that would be true. Delora, near, far, like Grover Sesame Street. So
Near
are you
or
asking
far?
physically or emotionally?
Yes. Yeah.
I
Physically.
thought so. She's asking physically. Okay. So it's
Um,
interesting. Go ahead.
yes. What do you have? What do you have
The
on
card that I have is higher consciousness. Whoops. Higher consciousness. So to me, what this implies is that obviously I think you already know, but I really think, Ginger, that you have connections to ask, who and what to ask for that healing, who to ask for resources. So, and your higher consciousness is one of those resources. So, see what your higher mind tells you. I mean, you obviously know Archangel Raphael for healing and continued prayers, my friend. Continued prayers.
Mhm.
Laura, what do you got?
Um, so you already know what you need to do. Okay, you're already aware of that. And also rest and rejuvenate. How's that for an obvious card? Is just so what these two together tells me that it's a reminder that you know what's best for your body. And also, um, it also to me it gives emphasis on um, taking time to relax and just heal. And so even if you feel like you're doing enough to do that, I would say do a little bit more, just to make sure you're healing. I don't know what the circumstances are, but this is what this indicates. But you already know what you need.
Right, right. And please know, Ginger, we're not,
Yeah,
you know, our prayers are with you. I,
exactly.
um, there was no laughing.
Oh, we lost him. I hope he comes back soon. Already. Elias, what happened? Okay, since I still have you all here, oh, there you are. What happened?
I pressed the button.
You put yourself
We love
in
you too.
timeout.
We love you too.
I love you too, Ginger. Lots of prayers. Oh,
Yeah,
you pushed the wrong button.
did. Did. Um, yeah, we are just praying for you. And no, Cami is not calling again. I'm on the computer. It's all good. Um, Let's see. We had another question. Jill said, so my husband is trying to open the bakery. I remember you said that. Open the bakery October 1st. Do we see this being successful?
Well, first of all, what a good time of year to do that. You're going into the holidays, right?
I know. Here's my question. Is he going to offer like drinks in the bakery? Is he going to have chai tea? Is he going to have pumpkin chai tea? Delicious. You take pumpkin. It's really good, everybody. Let me just tell you, I'm all about the pumpkin, the autumnal. We're both in autumnal colors.
And we didn't plan that. It just happened.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, this looks good.
Mhm.
Okay. So I'm pulling from the Psychic Tarot deck, and I pulled 3 cards for you, Jill. For you and your husband. Okay, so we're going to go through this each together. So the first thing here that comes up, trapped in fear. Now, this card oftentimes will come up for unfounded fears. These are, of course, you're starting a new business. Of course, there's going to be you're going to be wondering, is it going to be okay? So this to me is the anxiety level is probably higher than it needs to be. All right, so that's number 1. Number 2, the shadow card. This is about finances and things like that, and the unknowns that we don't know until you get the business started. So don't worry. So this might indicate that some things may come up, which, like in any new business, some things you don't plan for. You can plan for every little aspect of it, but there's always something that comes up that says, oops, we didn't think of that. So when that comes up, do not panic. It's not the end of the world. Okay. So I'm not seeing a major thing with this. It's just like little roadblocks. Okay. Little speed bumps. I'm not going to say roadblocks, speed bumps. You can get over them. It's just going to take a little effort. So no worries about that. Okay. And then on the end of that too, the third card, positive movement forward. This is smooth sailing going forward. So once you get past these little speed bumps, there's going to be some momentum here that's going to be really helpful for the business. And I think going into the holidays, like we mentioned before, I think that's going to be a nice lift for that in order to be able to build some momentum going into the new year. Alrighty. So what do you have?
I've got 3 cards as well. And Jill, the first card is focus. So, what are we focusing on? Are we focusing on this is going to be successful? Or are we focusing, like Laura was saying, the fears do come up. Focus on what is your husband providing for the community and for the family? So, focus on the happiness that is coming for that, the joy, the happiness, and you really have to trust that all will be well, because I think, like Laura said, it's great coming into the holidays with, October is a really good time, festive. I'm just hearing festive. So, festivity, focusing on, the fall, focusing on Halloween coming up, and you go right into all the holidays. So I think it's going to be really good. So kudos to you and kudos to him.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep this in mind too. This is not a prediction of anything, but just know that every successful business has speed bumps. And a lot of times those little speed bumps actually create change that will strengthen the growth of the business. So don't panic if a little speed bump comes up. Every successful business has them. So.
Right. Right. And remember what Laura was talking about several weeks ago about how she manifested her home. I mean, she really put a lot of energy into it. And you really kept on asking for the signs and you got them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So really do that. Apple cider slushies.
I've
Mm,
never had an apple cider. I've had apple cider, but not
right.
apple slush.
Slushies. How much pumpkin spice does this involve? As much as you want. Trust me. And now see,
Yeah.
look what you're doing. Rose, look what you're doing. It's awesome. Jill says, yes, coffee and tea. That's awesome. And Jill, look what's happening. You're wanting Ginger to make some pumpkin bread. Ginger, if you make the pumpkin bread, you have my address. Just saying. Okay, Jill says, that's great news so far. We're doing lots of positive affirmations, lots of why not us being successful.
Yeah. I wish you lots of empty cases, meaning that it's all sold out and you have to start the next day and do it again. That would be amazing.
It'll be good.
Yeah.
Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. We are going to our next question. Rosalie says, I don't have a specific question. I would like to know if my guides have anything
Mm,
for me. I feel so disconnected lately. Okay.
disconnected. I'm curious, Rosalie. I'm just going to throw this out there because a lot of people use that phrase. They feeling disconnected, but where what we can really find what the source of this might be is how does that show up in your life feeling disconnected? How does it feel to feel disconnected? I'm curious about that. Are you tired? Are you just feeling not as, that you don't feel your guides around you? You're just feeling uninspired? Like what are some words that you can use to describe what disconnected feels like to you? And then we can dive into that a bit more. How's that sound? All right.
Tell us what you think.
Yes.
So we'll give you a moment,
Hmm.
think about it,
Yeah.
type it up, and then we'll go to Joy. I've been trying to have a conversation with Tim and he just checks out. How do I get this conversation to happen? So I don't know how much you want to put on social media, Joy. So, because I know your story. So, is there a way that you can rephrase that question um, to get, well, okay, well, let's just leave it as is. I just thought about something. Let's just leave it as is and see what we get. So, okay, let's put this up there. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. Two cards just flipped right out. And the third card just dropped as I was turning the other two over. Look at this, Joy. Power, truth, and reflection.
Mm,
So we're
good.
going to go backwards. First, reflect on what you want to share. What is it? What is it that it does? What it, does it bring up for you? Whatever it is, how does it mirror for you? Speak your truth and speak from a place of power. And I don't mean ego. What I mean is that as you step up to Tim and say, I have something to tell you and I really want you to be present. This is how it makes me feel. And I would like your cooperation, or I like you to know that I want the best for both of us, or the best for you, however you want to state it. Um, Come from that place of standing in your power and and holding his hand, holding both of his hands and looking at him straight in the eye and just saying, I really, start out with I love you and then go from there.
Mhm.
Laura,
Yeah.
what
Yeah, I completely agree with what you said. It's really asking, looking into his eyes and saying, I need your presence here. If someone chooses after someone says that to somebody else, and if that other person chooses not to be present, that's a choice. I'm just gonna say that. And if they choose not to, if this is important to you, for them to be present for this conversation, and they choose not to be present over and over and over again, that's a choice. It's not checked out. They're choosing not to be a part of the conversation. So remember that. Not that might be a difficult truth to embrace, but then we have to figure out why does he not want that? Why does he not want that connection? Um, okay.
I know he's scared, as am I, and it's out of his control.
Okay, so he's scared. Okay.
Yeah.
But we can face our biggest fears by speaking it, by
Mhm.
speaking what we're fearful of. And that's the best way to um, work with that whatever it is that you're working with. I don't know the background here, but the best way to move forward through that is to actually speak it. And if he's not willing to speak it and address it directly, even if he doesn't know what the solution is, that's not showing up. He needs to be able to speak it. I understand coming from fear, but the two of you together can do this, but he has to be able to be present for you. Um, okay. So Rosalie, very tired. Everything you just said, I think some of it may be out of fear, a lot of imposter syndrome, I think. It's possible. So when you say imposter syndrome, that gives me the impression that there's something that you're working towards or something you want to do, but you're feeling like you're not up for it, or you're feeling like you're not not good enough to do this. So what I would say is very much like, I know it's not the same situation, but I'm going to go and sort of reflect what's happening off of the previous question from somebody else. Facing that fear of like, what's the next step?
Mhm.
Right? Ask yourself, what, even if it's a tiny step, what's one step I can do towards what I want to achieve here? Even if you don't feel like you're up to it, even if you don't feel like you're good enough for it, what's the next step? Even the smallest one, and that's what I'm seeing here. What do you have, Elias? For Rosalie?
So, um, a- almost exactly what you're saying is that, what is one little thing that you can do? And I hate to say this way, but I'm going to, that proves to you that you are solid within, even if it's a tiny little step that, you know, I know I do this correctly. I know I do this from my heart. I know that I am stepping into, again, we go back to that power card. I'm stepping into my power. And it doesn't mean that you have to like put on the whole outfit. As long as you put on your shoes and start from there, ground up, just step into those shoes. How does that feel? Okay, this feels okay. Now you're going to put on your pants. Now you're going to put on your shirt. Now you're going to put on the whole outfit. You're already that, Rosalie. You're already doing it. It just feels like, God, this doesn't feel right, because that a lot of the stuff is fear based. And pat yourself on the back. Pat yourself on the back for, even if I think we've talked about this before, when people are like, sometimes I just get it, the struggle is real. Well, if you just get out of bed that day and you've made breakfast for yourself and you took a shower, and that's something that you haven't done, that's something to just applaud and say, look, I took this small step.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, and just another thing to add to that as well, because wonderful advice from Elias is just take that step. Um, Sometimes, even if we know we're heading in the direction we want to go into, sometimes what can manifest as tired and just feeling like no motivation or whatever this may be, it might be part of your intuition kind of telling you that the way that you want to move forward with this may not be exactly the way you want to move forward with this. So I'm curious, I don't know if we were in a private connection, I would be asking you a lot more about what it is that you're working towards. But is there an aspect of what it is that you're working towards that doesn't sit right with your soul and your spirit? Is there something that you want to do a little bit differently so that you feel more in alignment with where you want to go with it? I'm going to put that question out there only because I'm just picking some cards here. I'm not going to go into it just for the sake of time here. But I hope that makes sense. Kind of sit with this for the next week or so and say, is there something that's not in alignment with how I'm going to move forward with this? And might be the reason why you're tired. A lot of times it just sucks the motivation out of you because you know on some intuitive level it's not right for you. Okay. Or an aspect of it is not right for you. So I hope that makes sense.
Dolores says, I feel most stuck just before a level up.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. All the time. Just when I feel like I'm just in a floundering, stuff happens. So,
Doing anything new will really feel good. It always feels weird and awkward and unusual. Going anyways is the power in trying. Very true. Very true. Michael has a question. I don't know what is blocking me from returning to my daily spiritual practice. I can't feel spirit calling to me, but I can't seem to take the first step back. Fascinating.
Hmm. So I'm curious what your daily spiritual practice is. It might be too much for this forum because there's probably a lot that you do. Could it be? Is it possible? I'm sorry, I mean to jump
No,
right in here. Is it possible that that your spiritual practice is evolving? That you're meant to be doing something different for your spiritual practice? Also, another thing that might be part of this is: are you meant? Sometimes we can be fully into a spiritual practice every single day, but we're not really living in the world. We're not experiencing the world. We're not going for walks outside. We're not meeting with people. We're not having coffee and dinner with people. We're not interacting with the physical world as much as maybe it would be helpful for us. Just a thought: is there something more of the physical world that would be beneficial for you right now? Maybe that's why you're pulling back from, because spiritual, a lot of times, sometimes it can involve groups, but a lot of times it's very personal. It's something that you do very much on your own. So I'm curious if maybe temporarily there's a shift here that needs to happen, or a change in your spiritual practice because you've outgrown what you've previously done. So just my thoughts. Elias, what do you feel? Oh, Course of Miracles.
doing A Course in Miracles.
Oh, okay.
So I actually have a friend, a former student when I was in massage school, when I was teaching, and she was doing Course in Miracles, and she said the exact same thing that you did. She said that she was feeling like she was blocking or something was happening with her daily practice. So kind of what Laura was saying is, think about if you always did the same thing that you did day after day after day, and this could be as silly as this. I know this could sound really silly, but if you always sit in the same chair reading the same book over and over, or all your books in the same chair, why don't you sit outside? Does
Yeah.
it feel different to sit on the porch and do that? Maybe changing the environment, maybe changing not the tool, but what's happening around you. I know that sounds crazy, but just see if that may help, just to see. But
Yeah.
for me, when I get stuck, I change it up a little bit. I might, if I do something always in the morning, I might do it in the middle of the day. Or I might give a quick gratitude and say, I'm going to do my meditation tonight or whatever it is. It all depends. So here's what I'm definitely hearing. Don't be so hard on yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rosalie says, I appreciate you both. Thank you. It does make sense for sure. Something I need to journal about for sure. Excellent. Excellent. And with that, Laura, look how this goes.
Yeah. Right.
It goes 1, 2, 3. Michael says, thank you. I think you're both right. Excellent.
Good.
Excellent. Excellent.
That's hopeful.
Full moon release, Delora said, yes, full moon. So make sure, Delora, that you get out there and howl at the moon. And record it for us so we can play it. What do you got coming up, Laura?
I have a class next week. Next Monday, the 23rd. It's called Soulful Manifesting. This is not the secret type of manifesting. This is a little bit different. So yeah, come on over. It's like $10 online,
Awesome.
7 to 9. Yeah. What do you have, Elias?
All you have to go is to your website right there.
LauraWister.com is on the front page of the website. So
Awesome. I love that.
what do you have?
Well, tonight, Delora, I'm hosting Delora. She is doing a 5-week course on colors, on autumnal colors, how the
Oh,
vibration of the colors shifts. So each week is going to be a different color. And she and I were in Dougal Fraser's class together, and she took the whole color coaching thing. She just ran with it. So very, very wonderful.
fantastic.
Dolores says, Laura looks beautiful in her burgundy.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And burgundy is one of the colors that she's going to talk about. So that's happening. And then what else is happening? That's today. Tomorrow on the 17th, Ginger and I are going to do psychic development, mediumship development, and personal development, all in a 13-month course. So that's what's happening.
Fantastic. Wow, great.
Yeah. So I'm
Sounds
excited.
really great.
And that's what we got going on. Join us, guys, every Monday. It's good. And we'll add another good for that. And please tell your friends, and don't forget to like, subscribe, follow on both of our YouTube channels. Um, I enjoyed all the laughter for this Monday afternoon. It makes me feel happy. Excellent. You are both in Delora fall colors today. We are in Delora fall colors. Yeah. I'm excited for the fall. It's one of
Yeah.
my favorite seasons, and I just love it. All right, everybody. Thank you for being here. Remember, always trust your intuition and step into it. Let's even say this: lean into your intuition.
Yeah. And don't be afraid to grow.
Don't be afraid to grow. Yeah,
Yeah.
truly. Thanks, everybody, and we
Great.
wish you guys a great day. We're not going to freeze like this.